If you're having difficulty doing the side sitting seated test, then these are a couple of different ways that you can work on improving it. You may find one of three things. First of all, you may find that if you don't have enough knee range of motion, if you can't bend your knees, this might just simply be a difficult position for you. Today, we're actually going to talk about if you have difficulty rocking your pelvis back, or if you just have a limitation in rotation in your hip. So the first exercise to improve the amount of internal rotation at your hip, my favorite one, is this. We're going to swing around and we're going to have our feet a little bit wide apart like this. And let's just do a test in this position and see what it feels like here. So we're going to drop our legs to the side. My left leg does not like this. You can see the difference. And then look, when I come to this side, it's easy. So the way that I'm going to work on increasing the motion here in my hip is where I feel it, where it's stuck. I'm going to go back to just doing a single leg because it's too stressful and kind of painful in my hip to do both. So I'm going to gently rock this knee in to touch my other knee and open it up. And I want you to see what I'm doing. Watch here. As I come here, this is where I feel it stuck, but I find that if I rock my pelvis forward and reach my knee toward my other shin, it actually opens up my hip a little bit. So I'm gonna go rock back and forth and do this 10 times, really being aware of my pelvis rocking forward as I go forward and it rocking back as I go back. There we go. So you can do that 10 times. And then when that starts to loosen up, you can retest it and go back. Yeah, that feels better. You can go back to doing both at the same time. If that's not loosening up, another option you can do is in this position, you can open and hold for a few seconds and then come back and do a set of 10 of those. And after you do each set, go back and test the original position and see how that feels. So now let's go back to this and open. As it gets easier, as you get better and better at the motion, what you're going to want to do is come more and more upright. You can still use your hands. There, now the motion feels a lot better. So now when I go to sit in this position, that feels a little bit better. Let me show you my next couple of exercises that I really like. If your pelvis is not moving very freely, you can go onto your back and do a posterior pelvic tilt where you rock your pelvis back. So your belly button's going down and closer to the floor, taking the space away from your lower back. And an anterior tilt is to rock your pelvis forward where it creates a little bit of a space under your back. So you're going to do a set of 10 of those. Now my next one is, if that one's a little bit challenging, you can come up onto your hands and knees, and this is also for an anterior posterior tilt to get more pelvic mobility. This is called a cat and cow. As you pull up, you're going to look down and arch your back, and then you're going to get your sway back by letting your belly drop forward with your head looking up. So you're going to alternate your head and your head looking up and down. There we go. Okay, next one, and this is my favorite one. We're going to come down on our tummy, and in this position, you're going to bend your knees, and you're going, I have my knees fairly wide apart. This is honestly easier in this position. So if you're having a hard time, start with your knees wide. Now what I'm going to do is just drop my legs toward one side, back to center, drop my legs to the other side, and we're just going to go back and forth. Now, as this gets easier, the way that you can progress it, as it becomes less sticky, the way that you can progress it is bring your knees closer together. And then when that gets easier, so now I don't feel a sticky hip. So now what I want to do is get my back a little more free. So now I'm going to keep my feet together, lift my knee and my hip right up off the floor and rotate over to one side. That feels actually really good in my lower back, and it'll gain some nice mobility in your lower back. And if you look the opposite direction of your feet, it allows your spine to be much more free to move.